Yo guys, welcome back to a new video, and today we have a different kind of video. As I mentioned before in the community post, we'll do something else as well. Besides the unboxing, it won't replace the unboxing, so don't worry. But today in this video we'll be talking about how to protect your cards, and I'm going to show you some examples on how to protect your cards properly. So we'll be showing off some binders here, well, but also what kind of sleeves and other protection cases, which will help you to keep your cards in perfect condition. So without further ado, guys, for all the newcomers, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. Peace. Yo guys, welcome to this informative video, and I think this is a part of the hobby. If you are a real collector like myself, you want to try to preserve your cards as the best way possible, and therefore there are some different kind of options which you can choose from how to protect your cards. And in this video I will going to show you some examples how to store your cards properly and how to keep your cards in minty condition. So without further ado, let's get into this, and I hope you guys find this video fun, and yeah, let's go from there. So to start off, when you for example, you have your first package, if you're new and you have your cards and you find a card which you really like. For example, well, these are the same cards, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll get the top card here. You really like this one, and you want to get this in a pristine condition. So there are some different methods you can do so. So first of all, if you put it out of the pack, right away put it in a sleeve. We have different kind of sleeves. The most common used sleeves are the normal regular soft sleeves. As I will demonstrate here. It's just fit easily in here, and as you can see at the top you have some space, and from left to right you also have some space. So that's why it goes goes really easy inside. But you also, if you want, you have the perfect fit sleeve, which is a little bit smaller, and it also goes a little bit more tight inside. If you can see here, if I do it like this, it doesn't fall out, it's very sturdy. You have to push it real hard inside of it. So basically what this can do, it can damage your card in the process, or at least slightly damage. And if you want to take it out, for example, I'll show you here, also will be hard. See, you have to slide it out, and eventually if there's some dust inside or whatever, it can easily scratch. We'll keep this one in here for now. We'll show you how easily it will go with this one. You take it out, as you can see. So, but the reason for these perfect fit sleeves is the following. You have these cases, which I don't use anymore, because I think I want to keep my cards in really mint condition. But I can understand in some point of view for grading, we will get to that as well. If you don't want to grade, you can use these kind of things and you can keep them forever. They're also UV resistant, so if you put this out on the stand, you don't have to worry about damage from the sun, or at least it's not fully 100% protected. It's never is. So, but I'll show you here. In this case, it's a magnetic case. You put them here. Only the perfect fit sleeve does fit in here. As you can see, it's really tight. A little bit of room in there. You just put it in here. You can also do it the other way around, it depends what you like. You have the text here on this side, it's all up to you. But basically the perfect fit sleeves are for this. I used it in the beginning as well when I didn't know anything about grading. So I put them in my display frame and I stored them in there. Maybe some of you know I did, it was way back. But now I put my slabs inside there. So but basically the perfect sleeves you have to put inside into this acrylic display stand. If you like, we'll put it for here. This is not my recommendation for option if you want to use, unless you don't want to grade your cards. You can put them in binders, but we'll get to them as well. So yeah, for the soft sleeves, you have also different kind of extra options in it to put something. You have the regular top loader here, which I will show you as well. It's very easy to put inside actually. It has some space to the left and right, but as you can see, you cannot push it down further. So you have to basically do like this on a hard surface. Make some noise here. This one doesn't go easily somehow. Normally it goes way easier. I'm not a huge fan of top loaders as well. As you can see here, I'm a little bit struggling. Normally it goes really well on that matter, but I don't know. Anyhow, as you can see, it went a little bit in there. The top loaders is really well used for if you want to ship out to other people, for example binder collection or something like that, because it's, as you can see, it's really thick. It's really good in protection, but also you have top loader binders. I had one, but I sold it with a collection, so I cannot show you now, but I'll probably put a photo, a picture here in the screen so you can see. But this is really well used for that. I used it back then as well for shipping to grading, but it was not recommended to use top loaders, because normally, and I don't know why it has now, it has more space. Maybe this is a different kind of top loader, I don't know, but it has a lot of space inside which can move, so it can slide. So during transport it can slide like from left to right and from bottom to top. So basically it still can damage the cars even though you sleeved it. So it's recommended to use something else for that. And we will go to that as well on that matter. So we have the top loader, which you can use, but you also have a semi-rigid here. Semi-rigid is recommended for shipping to if you send your cards off for grading, because it's really easy to put in here, way easier than a top loader, as you can see here. Really easy, and it's also easy to take out, as you can see here. So these semi-rigids are really nice, and actually a company here in the Netherlands, I probably think also other companies internationally has these kind of binders, but you have these semi-rigid binders, which I will show you in a minute as well, to store off your cards into a semi-rigid. But when I'm shipping my cards, I will eventually ship my cards into a tab sleeve, and a tab sleeve looks like this. It's just a regular soft sleeve with a tab pull on it. So we'll put the card in here, as you can see, and you put it in your semi-rigid, just like this. And eventually, as you can see, if the grader wants to grade your card, it can easily take out your card without a lot of effort and without touching the card itself, like this. You can take it out of it. So it's the least risk you would take for damaging the card. But also, I recommend it for use it in a top loader. I mean, if you put it in the top loader like this, put it down just like this, somehow it goes easier now, because I think actually the tab sleeve is thinner. The soft sleeve I'm having is a little bit thicker material, so for that reason you have different kind of soft sleeve anyway. So you have a thicker and you also have the thinner versions of it, so probably that's the reason why it went so hard. And as you can see, it has easily movement in the top loader. So, but I recommend it to use tab sleeves. You also can use normal sleeves. You have these tab pulls, sticky stickers, which you could use on your on the back side of your sleeve, and then use it. But these days they're just attached to a soft sleeve itself, so that's way easier. So yeah, for those reasons I will use tab sleeves always when I put my cards in a semi-rigid. As I mentioned before, I'm not using any top loaders anymore. For that reason, unless I will get a Toploader binder again, but I need a purpose for that. So then we have it's the grading sleeve, as you might know. You can also store your cards in there, for that matter. Basically, these are made for your graded cards. They will, when you grade your cards, they eventually will come back in these kind of things anyway. So, but if you want to store your cards more protective, and you will store them somewhere in a box, a wooden box, or fiber box, or whatever, you can store them as well in here. And you have this sticky tab pull, you can close it, so it will be like fully dust free as well. Actually, I use these sleeves as well to store my my OG vintage score packs inside, and I protect them from both sides with the semi-rigid, so they fit really nice in there, so they stay out of the dust and at least most of the moist anyway. So so you have this. We will use this one later. So yeah, all the way to go with semi-rigid, guys. The way to go. So that's it for the regular sleeves, top loaders, that kind of stuff. You probably have other options, but I recommend these kind of options. This is the least one. I recommend it for the perfect fit sleeve, unless you wanted to store them in the acrylic cases. If you don't want to grade, other than that, it's feel free to what you like. So for the next, we will show, I will leave them for now here. We will show some binders here. I hope I can fit them on the screen actually. It's a little bit big, but as you can see here, I use my, yeah, these are vegan free binders. They're made of leather, but they're vegan leather, so I really like to, yeah, I'm not a fully vegan, but I like to take accountability for what you are using as product. So in this case, I'm using Gemloader. This isn't any promotion or whatsoever, but I feel like this is the best option for myself. I like it. Also, the binders looks really nice, it smells really nice, and the quality is also really nice. So basically, this is just a regular binder, as you can see here. We will just grab the regular card here again, and this is just a regular sleeve binder, a side binder, which I prefer as well. As you can see here, I will demonstrate. You'll just load them from the side. And why, if you the regular 9-pocket binders have there on top of it, why I don't use it is because dust also can go inside from this side. And the regular binders, this is a zip binder, so you can close it entirely. If you put up the binder in a stand, you know, I will show you here on the screen, think like this, then there's still, yeah, some dust can go inside. We don't want that. So the side loaders are really nice. The zip binder is really nice, so you have fully lockdown on dust and any kind of other annoyances you don't want to get in the binder. So that's the regular binder we have. And now we're on to the, also from Gemloader, this is the semi-rigid binder, guys. I store my graded cards actually in here. As you can see, there's not a lot, at least not on this page. I will save them on different pages, which eventually I will grade or something like that. But basically, as you can see here already, we have them in the tab sleeves and in the semi-rigids. And I will demonstrate as well on the other page here. As you can see, we have the semi-rigid. Just slide them from left to right. But one thing you have to take account in is that the tab sleeve, to pull it a little bit down, otherwise it will go double. Not that it really matters, but I'm an aesthetic guy and I don't want to get things all messy. So yeah, we'll get this one out. We don't want this one in here anyways. So that's for the semi-rigid binder. and we also have the slab binder, but we will get there. First we show off some other things. We have you can grade your cards if you want, which I'm a huge fan of. I got some examples here. We got CGC, we got UGS grading, and we got BGS as well. So basically these kind of grading companies have they're really transparency on their slabs, which I like the most. Same with CGC, really love it. They are not using sleeves. It's just inside the case, perfect fit case, which I really like. It doesn't take away the full shininess from the card. So therefore I'm really keen with these grading companies as well, to have them in there. I only have one from CGC though. And but you also can have BGS, which has a thicker slab. This is a graded card, which I will talk about it as well. But basically if you send off your cards for grading, it will be encapsulated with a UV transparent case. Not all the cases are transparent from every company, so I'm not too sure which one is not. I believe PSA wasn't a fully protective UV resistant case, so but I'm not a huge fan of PSA anyways. As I mentioned before, I like the aesthetics, so I want these cards presented really well. So that's why I took these grading companies for now. But also you have the graded cards, graded guard, excuse me, which is like a protective case on a protective case, if you know what I mean. And you can even go further on that, but I'm not going into that because it's getting crazier by the day. But actually I really like this kind of graded guards because of the color, and the color which matches the label. As you can see, I have the gold versions as well, and I got the black version as well, which I use for black labels. But this is just for aesthetic reasons. It's also to protect the slab if it falls, if you have it on a wall or on a stand or whatever, so it doesn't get a chunk of the slab. So that's the reason why I'm using graded guards. Looks really nice as well, with a really nice card inside. I only use this kind of things for really nice cards and also pretty expensive cards. So on the other end, we have got to show you here, we got the other side of the graded card. This is a version, which what I mean for the black labels. Well, actually this is a custom German sign card, so I got one on here as well because this one is really special to me. So it's got to be protected in all costs. I really love it. So this is also a way to protect your cards, to send it off grading and eventually have the graded cards inside. But if you're not a huge fan of graded cards, which I will show you now, you can also have, and I think this will be a little bit harder here, so bear with me a little bit. We have the slab binder, guys. As you can see here, you just see a little glimpse of it. Just go through another page. Here's my score collection in slab, so I'll just show you a few of these. But as you can see here, this is an empty one, and I'll show you here how it works. We have a graded card here. This is binders also from Gemloader as well. Just stick them into here and click it, and as you can see, you have these edges here. It doesn't fall out. Really well thought of. I mean, I'm really a fan of keeping my extra slab stored safely, protected really well, and have a nice real look into it, how to store the slab. So really fan of that. And if you want to take it out, you just click it out just like that. You can also, if you have your BGS slabs or other grading company in sleeves, you can also put them in sleeves in here. So give the space for that. So that's the slab binder, and I think that's a little bit of how I would protect my cards, guys. So it's all up to you how you want to protect your cards, but I think this is the most insightful video I could make for you, in the best ability of my English as well, because it's not my native language. So I really do hope you like this informative video. I will probably do some more of these kind of different videos as an extra video in the week next to the unboxing, and to show you some of the new things. And yeah, I thought this was a real nice video to show off how to protect your cards, especially as a collector. If you're a collector, you really want to keep your cards clean. So if you have any questions, of course guys, hit them up in the comments down below. And yeah, other than that guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to put out a lot more videos. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
This voice is too graceful for my ears.